It's 8 years in the making. UWC Nation presents Resurgence, the last call, Saturday night, May the 11th, 2019, Berwyn Eagles Club, the world-famous Berwyn Eagles Club in Berwyn, Illinois, 7 o'clock start time. Some of the biggest and brightest stars in the past, present, and future of all professional wrestling will be featured on this one live spectacular event. 8 years in the making. That's right, I'm the Articulator Steve Kenton here with a special report about what's going down Saturday night, May the 11th at the Eagles Club for the huge final event ever for UWC, Resurgence, the last call. One of the featured attractions will be to crown the final ever UWC heavyweight champion. A 30-man Resurgence Rumble match. That's right, in that match alone, 30 of the top UWC stars, past, present, and future. Monsters, the good, the evil, big returns, stars of all shapes and sizes, rivalries, grudges, new stars, invaders, old rivalries could resurface in this one match. And with all the bodies in the ring potentially entering in one at a time until everybody's in there, 30 men will enter this match, but only one will survive at the very end. What will happen in the UWC Resurgence Rumble when we crown the last ever UWC heavyweight champion? And it will be an unpredictable environment where everyone is going to be on the edge of their seat waiting to see who will be the next individual who enters the ring when the countdowns occur. That's going to be one of the featured attractions, but this card is not just about a Rumble. It is about a full card of main event featured attractions. This one, a perfect example. Iceman Tim Norton versus Handsome Milo Cash. One more time, the rivalry that these two have shared in a UWC ring over the UWC Heavyweight Championship has been chronicled. This has been a competition between these two over time. A competition between two individuals who sometimes have not been on the same page. Their paths meet one last time. What will happen Saturday night, May 11th, when they meet in the ring? One claims the other's delusional, the other claims that they lost focus. So what will happen when these two top-tiered UWC megastars collide one last time? But that's not the only main event featured attraction that we have. It's the Monster 747. Along with his agent Chaz Moretti, they have issued an open challenge. An open challenge to anyone and everyone in the professional wrestling scene. The Monster 747 wants to make his point proven that he is the most dominant big man to ever step inside of a UWC Nation ring. Who will step up to the challenge from his past, possibly in the present wrestling scene, or maybe somebody that is a future budding professional wrestling star? Imagine all of the possibilities, all of the great rivalries that 747 has had over the course of a decade plus. Who is going to step up and get in that ring and challenge 747 face to face on that occasion? The only way to find out is if you're there Saturday night, May 11th at the Eagles Club for the final UWC Nation live event. Also, a huge super heavyweight clash. A clash between two of the most intimidating forces in all of professional wrestling. The Ugandan Beast, Kamala Jr., to go one-on-one against the Wild Man Beast. When you're talking about veterans inside of the squared circle, and when you're talking about two of the scariest big men that have ever stepped inside of a ring, it doesn't get any bigger than this single encounter that's going to go down. What a showdown! Two amazing heavyweight fortresses clashing inside of the ring. Anything and everything could implode. Also, it's the Battle of the Exoticos. One-on-one, DJ Summer. One-on-one with the Body of Desire, the Villain in Pink, the Weapon of Mass Seduction, Dante Devious, one of the franchise players in all of the UWC Nation. What happens when Exoticos collide? We've got two individuals here who are extremely flamboyant, very talented in their own right. They bring the energy, they bring the entertainment unlike anybody that has ever stepped inside of a UWC Nation ring before. Anticipate something special when these two exoticos collide. It will be an entertainment spectacle unlike anything you've ever seen before. But we just started to talk about all the madness that's going on at UWC's final event. Check this out. Oso Turco, one-on-one with El Rebelde Noriega. That's right, the huge return of Noriega to the UWC takes place Saturday night, May the 11th at the Eagles Club. Two Puerto Rican heavyweights that have a past with one another. They, indeed, are going to collide head-to-head in a very special attraction. What will happen between these two considering their past, and what sort of excitement are the fans going to be witnessing when these two Puerto Rican stars collide in a UWC Nation ring? This is beyond an independent wrestling show. You're going to see some of the best international stars and worldwide talents right here to make this event the very biggest and the best UWC Nation event ever in the promotion's history. And that is point proven when we put these two top-tiered heavyweights inside of the UWC Nation ring. Also, very special tag team explosion is going to go down. I have never seen a combination of four athletes mixed together in this wild scenario just like this. Pinoy prodigy Chris Massenkai, along with Sanella on his side, joins forces with Damian Dunn and tag team action to go up against Willie the Bon Richardson and his tag team partner Mike Strong. You are talking about four individuals who are going to bring the noise and the thunder to a professional wrestling ring. When you talk about the past that has taken place between Massenkai and Willie Richardson over UWC Nation Heavyweight Championships, and then you add the extra elements of Damian Dunn, one of the hardest hitters in all of pro wrestling, along with Mike Strong, one of the budding potential new top-tier stars in all of wrestling, with his football and his wrestling credentials. This is going to make for an amazing tag team event. It could turn into a slugfest. It could turn into a technical classic. It might go and turn into a high-flying debacle. You never know what you're going to see. But Saturday night, May the 11th, that tag team explosion is just one of the multitudes of main events that will be featured on this extraordinary live event. And we can't forget about this late-breaking added attraction. It's going to be Youth Gone Wild's Tom Heisman as he squares off one-on-one against Superbad Santana Starks. In the past, these two have shared a professional wrestling ring, and they are considered to be two of the more controversial figures in the professional wrestling scene. But you cannot discredit the fact that these two have made an impact in the ring, out of the ring, in tag teams, in singles ranks, in training future stars, and being in the ring against one another, having high-quality matches. This one-on-one battle between these two particular stars could steal the show, and that's why you need to be there. Plus, Alex Thorne, the Lone Wolf, will be there, former UWC Nation's new Focus champion, best-selling author, personal trainer, small business owner. Indeed, the Lone Wolf Alex Thorne is confirmed for this big night of action, but the question is, what are his driving motivations for being at UWC Nation for this final live event, and what exactly will he bring to the table throughout the course of the event? You have to be there to see it for yourself. From top to bottom, one of the star-studded lineups that has ever been assembled. It's one of the greatest cards that I think I have ever heard of from UWC Nation, and no expense has been spared for this particular event. You have no idea the 8 years that is built up to this one particular event. Over the course of 8 years, some of these individuals that you're going to see in UWC Nation have gone on to bigger and brighter things, and others have been clamoring at the bit for one opportunity to get their hand on somebody or people or groups or multiples that they have had issue with in the past. You have got to be there Saturday night, May the 11th, to witness one of the greatest professional wrestling cards that has ever been assembled. The end of an era of UWC Nation is upon us, and it took 8 years to set this up, but now it's going to happen. $10 pre-sale, $12 general admission, 5 tickets for $40 is a group rate. You cannot miss UWC Nation coming up Saturday night, May the 11th, and You will not believe all of the action that you are about to witness. That's right, fans. Saturday night, May the 11th, UWC Nation's Resurgence Last Call. You better be there to see all the action.